the likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turkana know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez, two of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of our era, are officially set to collide this September during Mexico's Independence Day weekend. The announcement alone has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, igniting excitement among fans and critics alike. But let's be real, this isn't just a fight, it's an event. It's about legacy, bragging rights, and, of course, massive pay-per-view numbers and ticket sales.
When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're...
In camp? Training camp? In March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February.
We haven't seen Canelo at anything Riyadh season. He wasn't at the sort of the ring relaunch, if you like, a couple of weeks ago in Saudi. So he's almost kept his distance from it. We haven't sort of any connection between Canelo and Saudi Arabia. So I didn't expect him to be there. And when he was there, I was like, okay, this is interesting. We might get Canelo Crawford. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh my God, we might get.
But amid all the hype, one question looms. How is this even fair? Crawford, a welterweight mastermind undefeated at 147 pounds, is jumping up 21 pounds to take on a super middleweight powerhouse. Meanwhile, Canelo can bulk up after the weigh-in, while Crawford steps into the ring looking like the underdog in a Hollywood underdog story. Let's break down this wild matchup.
Top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see.
I'd vote for Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight.
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that, because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes, and that's it, and he's welterweight. So
Canelo Alvarez, with a record of February 2nd, 62 and 39 KOs, isn't just a fighter, he's a boxing chameleon. Starting his career as a super welterweight, he climbed the weight divisions like he was collecting infinity stones. By 2021, he etched his name in history, becoming the first undisputed 4-belt super middleweight champion, dismantling anyone who dared to face him.
Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world.
Remember when he knocked out Sergey Kovalev in 2019 to claim a light heavyweight title? Yeah, that's the kind of power he's bringing. Now, he's firmly settled at 168 pounds, a division he dominates and has no intention of leaving for anyone, not even Crawford.
Beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2.
On the other side, we have Terence "Bud" Crawford, the undefeated mastermind of the welterweight division with a flawless 41-0 record and 31 KOs. His brilliance lies in versatility. Orthodox, southpaw, inside fighting, or long-range sniping, he does it all. In 2023, he became the first undisputed welterweight champion of the 4-belt era after dominating Errol Spence Jr., following it up with another masterclass against Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds in 2024. But now, he's making a daring leap to 168 pounds to face a man who dismantles light heavyweights. A 14 pounds jump might not sound drastic, but in boxing, it's a mountain. Crawford isn't just stepping up, he's invading Canelo's fortress. History isn't kind to such moves, and the numbers back it up. Canelo lands 42.5% of his power punches, many being brutal body shots. While Crawford boasts an impressive 46.7% accuracy in power punches, he's never faced a force like Canelo.
There's loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo Alvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next? We shall see.
Then there's the rehydration factor, or lack of one. Simply put, Canelo can bulk up as much as he wants after the weigh-in, likely stepping into the ring near 180 pounds, while Crawford adjusts to a whole new weight class where every punch feels heavier. Some call it unfair, others call it smart business, but it's a clear advantage for Canelo. Speaking of business, this fight is expected to generate over $200 million, with pay-per-view sales projected to break records. Canelo's fights are cash machines. His 2018 showdown with GGG drew 1.1 million buys, while Crawford's bout with Spence hit 650,000. Together, their star power could redefine boxing revenue. Tickets for the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas are already as sought after as Taylor Swift seats.
Come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight.
Not everyone is on board with this fight. Mike Tyson, a man who knows big fights, didn't hold back. "I don't like this fight," he said bluntly. "The weight difference is too much. It's not right." And he has a point. History is filled with smaller fighters struggling after moving up, like Roy Jones Jr., who beat John Ruiz at heavyweight in 2003 but never looked the same when he returned to light heavyweight. Still, Crawford thrives on proving doubters wrong. In 2018, he moved up to 147 pounds, dominated Jeff Horn, and claimed the WBO title, silencing critics. Andre Ward has called Crawford a master tactician, but breaking down a natural super middleweight is a whole different challenge. The fight's timing isn't random. Mexico's Independence Day weekend has become Canelo's stage, from his trilogy with GGG to his 2022 clash with Caleb Plant. Las Vegas will be electric, with Mexican fans rallying behind Canelo while Crawford supporters hope for a monumental upset.
Like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be
For Canelo, this fight is about proving he's untouchable. Defeating Crawford would silence any claims of cherry-picking, while a loss could stain his legacy, with critics pointing to his opponent's smaller size. For Crawford, it's the ultimate risk-reward gamble: win, and he cements himself as one of the greatest; lose, and it becomes a case of ambition exceeding limits. The build-up will be intense, with analysts debating every angle, trainers refining strategies, and fans eagerly anticipating whether Crawford's speed and skill can outshine Canelo's power and experience. As September approaches, one thing is certain: this isn't just a fight, it's a spectacle, a clash of styles, and a defining moment in boxing history. Love it or hate it, Canelo versus Crawford will be unforgettable.
But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in, because I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he moves.
Boxing fans worldwide are buzzing as Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford edge closer to a historic showdown, with Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh confirming an official offer will soon be made for a 2025 bout. Expected to be one of the biggest events in boxing history, the fight comes as Canelo faces recent challenges, losing his IBF title after opting to fight Edgar Berlanga on September 14th instead of mandatory challenger William Skull. Despite this, he remains the WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight champion, continuing his dominance. Meanwhile, Crawford, fresh off becoming the undisputed welterweight champion, is now stepping up to super welterweight to challenge Israel Madrimov for the WBA title in Los Angeles next weekend. With Crawford's ambitions aligning with Al-Sheikh's vision to establish Saudi Arabia as a boxing hub, the sport's future looks bigger than ever. The potential Canelo versus Crawford fight presents a major challenge due to their 14 pounds weight gap, but both fighters have proven their versatility. Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh is determined to make it happen, promising Canelo a fair offer while urging him to keep his financial demands reasonable. More than just titles, this fight is about legacy. If both fighters win their upcoming bouts, their clash could redefine boxing history. As fans eagerly wait, the unpredictability of the matchup only adds to the excitement, making it one of the most anticipated fights of 2025.